Hello, everyone. It is TexAgs Rewind presented by Yeti. That is Billy Liucci. I am David Nuno. Let's talk about that young man in the picture behind us, Jace Lavalette.
Unbelievable. Like what he's done this year. We got to start talking, and Bronny can take us through baseball. We got to start talking like the short list of A&M freshmen of recent vintage. Like, where does Jace rate, these freshman superstars? Because he's now become one of the best offensive players in this conference as a freshman, the best conference in college baseball. And he is not only one of the best, he is also one of the most feared hitters in the SEC, which in turn means in all of college baseball. And what a weekend he had. Beyond impressive. I mean, it was just like legendary performance in by the way, in Starkville, Mississippi, this weekend with the season on the line. So recruiting does matter. It does. You saw it in real time in Starkville this weekend.
So we talked about baseball, a lot of the program today. Jim Schlossnagle joined us. Boomer White joined us. Billy was obviously here with us. And we touched on a little bit of football stuff. You don't want to miss it. It's TexAgs Rewind. You were kind of going through the schedule before the show, and we decided that 7 runs is probably enough to win some games. Right?
I actually put it to Richard Zane, another baseball sage. And I said, okay. Yeah, Richard Zane.
Oh, yeah, he works in the back. Yeah, I know Richard.
The Dodger fan.
Oh, that's right.
He thinks he's Sandy Koufax. But anyway, who said, yeah, I think 7 runs is a number you should win with if you have average starting pitching.
Average.
Yeah. So we went and looked in the SEC, just SEC games. Had they gotten 7 runs?
Well, they did.
Well, they did had 7 runs, but have you gotten average
pitching those games?
They lost 6 games where they had 7 runs. So maybe with average pitching they would, or maybe even if you go 3-3, you're not even.
You're 17-13 in the SEC,
and you're not even worried. You're not even worried about getting into the tournament.
And you got it this weekend. Well, you still give up a lot of runs, but especially yesterday. What was it?
Yesterday, 10.
10. So
or Saturday.
Yeah, the Thursday, Friday, Saturday series always messes me up on Monday.
Me too.
Let's hear from Schloss, who really gave a lot of props to Mississippi State because they were down big. It was at 9-1 at one point, and they came roaring back.
It was actually 11-1.
11-1.
I thought they were going to run rule them.
Let's go to Schloss yesterday.
Got to give Mississippi State a lot of credit for, probably finding out before the game that their season was over with the Georgia win and how they battled. I mean, up 11-1, fight their way back in it, to get within 4. I thought that was pretty impressive, especially when they did it with their guys, seniors or older players coming off the bench. But I was real proud of our guys. I thought Will did a nice job. Thought Wonsing was obviously outstanding.
So you often mention grit when talking about this team, and considering how all of us felt after that first game of the series against Mississippi State, just talk about the resolve, the grit, and how your guys were able to overcome all that and come back and win the series.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I mean, I've been doing this 33 years, and that loss on Thursday wasn't number 1, but it was pretty close. It's in the top 5 for sure from an emotional standpoint. You're up 7-2. Detmer goes out in the 5th inning, and I looked at Yeski and said, "This is the game right here." I mean, because Detmer hasn't got the lefties out very well the whole season, and the top of their order was up. He gets 2 outs on 4 pitches, and then went 1 ball, 2 strikes to the next hitter, and walks him, and then gives up an 0-2 hit, and then just couldn't let him pitch to Clark or whoever it was, and then bring Asher back in, and he has to pitch around the guy a little bit. That's the one lefty in their team that really handles left-handed pitching better. But I was just taking my chance with our best pitcher, and then he makes a great pitch to the right-handed hitter. And I mean, how many more balls could they have hit that flared down the right field line that fell in on the weekend? And then it was on, and we take the lead, and then you're just in kind of scramble mode to try and get the last couple outs. So yeah, that would hurt a lot. But I thought, Lampkin went out there the next day, and even though he gave up 2 runs after Jace hit the first homer, he still pitched really well. And then Sadeo was absolutely electric out of the bullpen, and Jace, of course, he got a chance to lose the game in the 9th inning, and Jace hits his 3rd homer and kind of take that momentum into Sunday or Saturday. So
regardless of the way the season has gone, I feel like Schloss knows how to manage these guys and get their mind where it needs to be. And as you said at the top of the segment, when their back's against the wall, they seem to play some of their best ball.
They do, and they know what it takes to look an opponent in the eye in the postseason and go find a way to get a win when the pressure's on. And I think that you can't really quantify that experience. And so they're always going to have that to lean on, and it's going to take a couple guys showing up. Maybe they were unexpected or that are just heating up at the right time, and you're going to have the experience and the past success to lean on and the grit and the will to win that a lot of teams who may be more talented or may be playing better don't have. That's kind of an intangible that this team's going to be able to lean on, and their season could be done really quickly. I think we've seen that they can have some stinkers out there. But I would not be surprised in the slightest to see them catch fire, make it to a super, and even get to Omaha. It would not surprise me at all.
Well, I think, look, the fact that they play in the SEC, the fact that they're a team that went to the College World Series last year, like if they're a 2 or a 3 seed in your regional, you're like, gosh, dog it, like I got to play them. Like to me, that's the one team you don't want in your regional.
I would say so. Yeah, I would say that Coach Schlossnagle has referred to some teams in the past as those ones that you don't want to see. I think he referred to Portland this year as a team that he wasn't excited to play, and they showed us why. And I think that the A&M team is turning into that right now, whereas before, at the beginning of the season, they were looking at a top 5 overall team, and everyone was like, oh, well, they're definitely overrated and not what we thought they were. And now you're like, well, they creep into the postseason, and you're looking at a team that returns a gazillion starters from Omaha, and now we get to play them in the first game as a 3 seed. That's a real bummer. So I think it's just frustrating, and it's going to be frustrating to other teams to see all the talent and the experience that we wheel in. It's just going to matter if the Aggies want to execute.
We always complain about, well, what's A&M doing at the analyst spot? You see what Nick Saban did this, and Texas hired Gary Patterson. Go look up Jim Chaney's resume.
Yeah, you brought that up a few times.
That dude has been an OC. Again, he was Joe Tiller's OC when Drew Brees was there, going back that far. He was Tennessee, Georgia, I think Georgia again, or Tennessee twice, and Arkansas under Bielema when they had pretty good offenses. Mm-hmm. They weren't the Petrino offenses, but they were better than what they've had. And that dude and Bobby Petrino, what they bring up here to that room, and I don't think they have to grab Jimbo and pull him kicking and screaming with them like people want to make out. I think Jimbo's excited about it.
Right.
And I think he's fired up about bringing in that much experience. And I just think that's the way that guy, what he needs and how he works. I think he needed guys that he just felt like that guy knows his stuff. I know it. I know he knows it, and I know he knows it. I can listen to them, and they can listen to me. So I like the mix on offense. But going back to what you said, so much of it hinges on the offensive line. Defensively, I'm going to tell you right now, I've got concerns. I think the ceiling is through the roof, but they better stay healthy at corner and linebacker. Yeah. They'd better stay healthy at corner and linebacker. And you still need certain guys to emerge up front. You need that pass rush. You need the Malik Sillas, the Enoch Whites, Fadil Diggs coming back healthy. He should be all the way. He should be all the way back. But they need that edge pressure. But my big concerns on this whole team are O-line to gel quickly and being healthy at corner and linebacker. Right. Because there ain't much behind the starters. You doing that closeout thing again?
Yeah,
still?
It's back. Yeah, just because
that whole idea didn't work.
No, it was a Nick idea. Nick's like, I don't
think
we need it anymore. But I don't think that people know what to do unless you tell them. Like they're not going to remember to like and what else is
subscribe, tell your friends about it.
Yeah, they're not going to know.
Hammer the button.
Do it all.
I want to see those numbers on the YouTube grow. Let's get it going.
Yeah,
It's up
can you
to
tell
you
your
guys.
friends?
You guys can make it happen.
Thank you. Good
Bye.
day.
See ya.